Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in to my OT Toolkit presentation. I know I've got limited time, so I'm just going to jump right into it. First item I have is the Hungry Tennis Ball. This is something that is commonly used at Mary Free Beds, so I thought it would be a good addition to my toolkit. I've seen it used by placing items such as poker chips into the mouth of the tennis ball, and I've also seen it used to eat items off of a surface, like a table. So this is great for individuals that may have deficiencies in fine motor functioning, as it works on grip strength, muscular endurance, grasping skills, and bilateral coordination. The next item that I have is just a regular old tennis ball. Using a tennis ball, you can work on a number of skills depending on how they're used and what goals you're addressing. So for instance, throwing and catching drills would address hand-eye coordination, motor speed, visual scanning, and crossing of the midline. Next, I have molding clay. This is not technically therapeutic, but it serves the same purpose. Working with molding clay is a great way to strengthen hand muscles and improve fine motor skills through different finger, hand, and wrist exercises. Molding clay can also be a great stress relief activity, and it also allows kiddos to be imaginative in what they create. And there is also a sensory component to handling the clay as well. Next, we have writing utensils. So first, I have the utensil that I made in our handwriting lab with some household items to weight it. And then I have this enormous pencil that I found, which I think is just cool. But as you can imagine, it is definitely weighted. So these two tools are going to be useful for anyone that has difficulties related to handwriting, as it promotes fine motor coordination through increased stability in the writing process. And furthermore, Brown and Brown in 2017 found that weighted pencils improved handwriting in children with special needs, and that they showed a marked improvement in the ability to write. Next, I have pickup sticks. This is a game I remember from my childhood. For those of you who may not be familiar, pickup sticks involves a bunch of sticks, and you randomly drop them onto a surface, and then each player has to pick up a stick individually. And when you pick up a stick, you cannot move any of the surrounding sticks. And if you do, you have to forfeit your turn to the next player. And the person with the most sticks at the end wins, if you decide to play that way. So this activity would address visual scanning, fine motor control, pincer grasp. It's also a game that teaches taking turns, patience, and regulation of emotions. Next we have I Spy. I Spy, the preschool edition. I'm sure everybody is familiar with the game I Spy, but this one is a little different in that it's actually a puzzle. But it's a fun way to work on visual scanning, visual discrimination, boosting memory, and learning new tasks. And there's also a social element to this game, as it is traditionally played with at least one other person. And I'm going to show you just a couple pieces from this. So the cue card says, I spy a chick in a little truck. So then you look at all the random cards and try to find the chick in the little truck, and I did, and then they go together. So it's pretty cool. Next we have, yes, my bowling set. Some of you may recognize these, and I'm sure everybody knows how to play bowling or bowl. This is another fun way to work on a variety of motor skills. Fine motor skills are applied when holding, manipulating, and releasing the bowling ball. Gross motor skills are involved in the throwing motion. And this activity also teaches cause and effect, and it is typically a social activity as well. Okay. Next we have, and this may seem like a little bit of a stretch, but I included drumsticks and a drum pad. I included this because this is actually an intervention I used at Mary Free Bed. I would have students who were actually interested in drumming. I would have them just do very easy exercises on the drum pad that they could apply to the drum set, and actually had a lot of success doing this. So this was great for working on motor control, endurance in all the extremities, as well as crossing of the midline, bilateral coordination, grip strength, and pincer grasp. Furthermore, drumming is a very mathematical activity, so this activity is very physically and mentally engaging, which is why I included it. And there is a source to go with that. It was Bugos in 2019 found that people who participate in drumming activities show improved hand and hand-wrist movement speed in both hands, as well as precision and stability with both hands. So there's that. Next I have card games. Gotta have a deck of cards. With these you can work on a variety of skills depending on how the cards are used and what goals you're addressing. You can work on memory, number and symbol identification, addition, subtraction, visual scanning and discrimination, social skills and gameplay, and fine motor skills that are necessary in picking up and manipulating the different cards. So it's a must-have. And finally, I have here a golf club toy. Not sure why I had this. And I also have little golf ball, play golf balls. So yeah, this can be a fun activity for kids because really who doesn't like hitting things with clubs? It's just naturally fun. But golfing or the golfing motion, it really addresses a lot of motor skills, including fine motor coordination, gross motor coordination, bilateral coordination, crossing of the midline, hand-eye coordination, and it also addresses body awareness, positioning, cause and effect, patience, and emotion regulation. I include those because anybody who has played golf knows that it is not the easiest of sports, but it sure can be fun and it works out a lot of skills. So those are my 10 items, and here's my little handwritten works cited page. I hope that is readable. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. I miss you all. I hope you're well, staying safe and healthy, and I hope to see you all soon.